Mary, don't do this to me.
You'll survive.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
Mason, I'm working. I don't have time for this.
And I know you have feelings for me.
No, my feelings were for someone else entirely. I know what kind of a man you are now, and I really wish I'd found out about it earlier.
Mary.
Don't!
Do you remember that afternoon on the beach? When I first told you that I loved you?
Yeah, you were real convincing. Of course, you've had a lot of experience at that sort of thing.
It was from the heart.
I don't believe that either.
I've lied to other women. Never to you.
You have too.
When? What have I lied about?
Gina!
Mary, I told you Gina set up that love scene to drive you away from me.
Mason, I'm talking about your affair with her.
I never told you about that, but I never lied about it.
Let's not split hairs here, okay? Oh, forget it. You're so morally out of it that you don't know which way is up.
Maybe so. But I do know I love you.
Oh, Mason, just drop it. You know, I was stupid enough once to fall for your romantic tricks, but it's not going to happen again. Not for all the flowers or mariachi bands in the world.
Mason, what are you doing out here?
I'm sorry, Gina. Are you ready to proceed with your confession?
Proceed? Do you realize that all this time I was in Cece's room talking to myself?
Well, I'm
How
sorry.
dare you? First of all, you forced me to confess a lot of things you already know about. And then when I'm bearing my soul to you, you don't even have the decency to stick around and listen to me.
Oh, come on, Gina. I don't think it'll do your immortal soul any permanent damage to run through it again.
Forget it. It was painful enough the first time around. There is only so much humiliation I can take.
You better get used to it, Gina. This is only the beginning.
You. Buzzface. I know you from somewhere.
Hello, bro.
Ah, boy. I'm gonna make a casual observation, so I hope you don't take it too personally. But you, my friend, are a mess.
Thanks.
I'm serious, pal. I mean, you are taking this thing between Kirk and Eden, Eden and Kirk. I can see your insides out. Why can't you just accept it?
Why can't I accept her marrying the guy?
Marrying the guy. It's not your gig anymore. Besides, look at you. You're much too strong to lose it over some skirt.
We're not talking about some skirt.
Okay. Woman.
The woman I'm in love with.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you're oblivious to that concept.
Oh, I am. Now, me, I must have fallen for a couple of hundred women. I swore each time was the last. Now, you could take it from somebody who's been there. After the first dozen or so, bye-bye gets a heck of a lot easier.
Pearl, you're such a great help.
Well, so what are you going to do? You can't keep this up forever. You don't eat. You don't sleep. Sooner or later, something's going to give.
I'll be fine as soon as I can see her and find out what's really going on.
Well, you thought about using the phone?
I used the phone. She doesn't answer the phone. He does. Says she doesn't want to talk to me.
Okay, well, I hate to point out the obvious, but maybe she does.
And I want to hear it from her. And I want to know why.
Why? Basic primate behavior. She fell for the guy. Happens all the time.
No possible way, man. He's got something on her. He's got some kind of leverage going.
Like what?
Like what? I don't know like what. If I knew like what, then I wouldn't have to... If I knew like what, I'd know what to do, wouldn't I?
Okay, so let's talk options.
Yeah, you want to talk options? Options are very... You know, I'll tell you one thing. If I didn't have a badge, I'd go in there, knock his door down, put the jewel on the floor, and talk to her face to face. In fact, I still may do that.
Hold down, cowboy. You got breaking and entering written all over you.
Yeah, right. I suppose you got a better idea, right?
Yeah. Why don't you let the Pearl handle this one?
Sure. How much, Pearl?
Forget it, how much. This one's on me.
You want to put that ring back?
This ring.
That's the one.
Hey, you didn't think that I'm just doing the instrument here.
Well, Dad? Looks like your wife's back on the pills. Thought she was finally off the treadmill, but I guess she just couldn't cope with the slings and arrows that she's had to deal with of late. I'm sorry you have to listen to this again. I haven't had the pleasure of hearing it yet.
All right, Mason, I'll tell you everything. About the pills, all of it. Providing you won't use it against me.
I won't if you don't give me cause.
I won't.
Then you have nothing to fear. Go ahead.
All right.
Mason? Oh,
Yeah, Ted.
sorry. I didn't mean to barge in on you there.
It's all right. I was just keeping Dad company.
Listen, I think you ought to know, I just talked to the ranger up at Lake Casitas.
Any word on Sophia and Lionel?
Yeah, it's not good, Mason. He said that the fire swept through the entire camp where they were at.
And?
Well, it's nothing but ashes, no sign of survivors.
Well, Ted, don't jump to conclusions. I'm sure they got out all right.
Yeah, but there's no word, Mason. There's no sign that they did.
Any sign that they didn't? No, so let's try to think positively. Besides, if Sophia can survive this household, she's not going to let a little forest fire ruin her day.
I wouldn't take this so lightly. We're talking about my mother here.
Ted, I'm not. I'm as concerned as you are, but I think if they haven't been found, that's a sign for hope. Besides, we know that Brandon's safe. That's something to be thankful for.
Yeah. Poor little Brandon was so tired when they brought home last night. Probably sleep all day.
Why don't we go check up on him?
Yeah, let's.
And Ted, try not to worry about Sophia. Lionel will spend his life getting himself out of tight spots. Sure he got us both out of this one.
The whole cabin's burned to the ground.
No, Warren, that doesn't mean anything. The forest rangers said that there were no bodies found. Sophia and Lionel must have escaped.
But there's no way to survive that fire. There's no place to hide.
Warren, we can't give up hope.
We can't have any. If they're not there, where are they?
Why are we stopping here? Why aren't we going any further?
We saw those cliffs.
Yeah?
Ho! Foxtail. The only way out of here is the way we came in.
What about the fire, Lionel?
It's a long way off. Wind could change. Fire could die by itself. Anything could happen.
Well, it's not exactly the Ritz, but...
All right, I'm going to stay here. We've got to keep going.
Where? Where do we go?
Anywhere. I don't care. The fire's coming this way. It's not going to stop.